Yesterday I went live with Tony McClelland, Kevin D. Turner and Jeff Young on a LinkedIn Live. I don't run my own LinkedIn Lives, but as a guest I had a couple of interesting learning opportunities from yesterday's event. This is the replay that you're looking at now. This is via Tony's feed on LinkedIn, and she was the stream originator. She set this up, invited us to the event, and if we look back at the replay, you can see that comments are now shown kind of like classic comments on any other normal post. But I noticed that when I restreamed the broadcast, so before we went live, there was an option in StreamYard to say, do you also want to broadcast this to your own audience? So I said yes to that, and I went live to LinkedIn through my own feed. Now the replay of that looks different. It has the classic kind of comments down the side of LinkedIn Live, which I've always really hated, and it makes it hard to interact. So I thought it was interesting that the originator gets one comment experience and the restreamer or the rebroadcaster gets a different one. Now Kevin also restreamed on his feed, and he's got the same kind of comment look and feel that I did. So the originator gets something different from the restreamers. The restreamers also get to define their own title and description. So you can see that Kevin has written his own title. I've written my own title here, and both of those differ from the original. So I found that interesting. I didn't know either that when you stream video, I don't know if this is true for the originator or just the restreamers, I would guess for everyone, that an edit video button appears. So I've clicked on that, and that lets me trim what I put out in public. So I'm guessing that the originator can do that. And you can also disable the automatically generated captions. There's no way of adding your own captions after the fact. Another thing that we did was to restream to YouTube. Now Kevin did that, I think, in the moment, and I did it as a separate upload. So these videos, again, they've got their own titles and they're discoverable on YouTube. So didn't know that. And one other thing that I learned during the process is that while the participants were looking at StreamYard, the originator, so that was Tony, could see all of the comments coming in on all of the streams. So she could see her own, but she could also see the comments that were coming in through my feed and through Kevin's. I could see hers and mine, but I couldn't see Kevin's. And Kevin could see Tony's and his, but he couldn't see mine. Now we could go and catch up after the fact and see each other's individual streams and catch up with those comments, but it's kind of interesting that one really insightful comment might come on one of the restreamers' feeds and might not be visible to the other restreamers going on. So we're getting a bit niche there, but this is all stuff that I haven't really experimented with because I don't do my own lives. I might change that if LinkedIn ever changes its policy of not allowing live events inside groups, because if I could go live inside my own group, I'd probably be doing that every day. But as I would only be going live for the public at the moment, that's something I've steered away from. I hope you found that interesting. If you've got any questions that you'd like us to do some experiments around, please let me know, because I'm interested in going on other people's live shows and testing how LinkedIn Live really works. Yeah, like I say, leave a comment, let me know your questions, and speak to you soon. Thanks.